Yo, what up, Wolfpack? This is the Blind Wolf, and we back at it again. I'd like to thank everybody that subscribe, like, share, comment on these videos. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Y'all know I lost my eyesight in prison July 7th, 2007, while I was walking the yard. Well, in losing my eyesight in prison, you know, things kind of didn't just stop in prison. It went from prison to the streets. But what I want y'all to really understand is the medical staff inside of the penitentiary and the medical treatment that you're going to receive while you're incarcerated, you're going to be receiving the worst of the worst. And these things are going to play a big factor in what happens in your life later on, depending on what type of disability you may be leaving the penitentiary with. Now, for me, I lost my eyesight, advanced glaucoma, and a severe case of cataract. Ain't nobody do nothing to me. This is something that is hereditary, but I didn't receive the medical treatment that I needed to help preserve the eyesight that I did have. So it deteriorated over the time that I was still incarcerated. So now that I'm out here on the street, I done had to learn how to use public transportation as a blind person. And that's a process all in its own because you got to get certified. You got to go to doctors. You got to prove that you got this disability, whatever, whatever. And then you got to wait months on end, just to be able to get a decision back and then be able to get your discount fare. And you already living a discount life. So you kind of like going through a whole bunch of crazy stuff over and over and over again just to be able to get this stuff started. And then once you finally get it started, then you got to deal with these people that work in the state's transportation departments that deal with people with disabilities. And these people come at you with their crazy attitudes when you already got enough stuff going on. You got enough stuff going on, but you got to call to set up a ride to go X, Y, and Z. But you may get on there with somebody that just don't even really want to do their job that day. They want to find somebody to crack slick with, and by you being over the phone and you not visible to the person, of course, a lot of people phone gangsters. A lot of people phone gangsters. They ain't just in prison. Most of these phone gangsters out here is working for these transportation departments that's supposed to be out here helping people with disabilities. Now, this is a crazy situation because y'all supposed to be people that should be trained with some sort of humanity, some humbleness to your attitude towards anyone that may be coming out their mouth crazy, if somebody is coming out their mouth crazy. But you definitely should not be the one to initiate an argument with somebody that's just trying to set up a ride. And these are the things that you're going to have to deal with, from poor medical treatment inside the penitentiary. It's going to translate out here on the streets. This is what you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with people that see your disability and forget the fact that you are who you are. You're going to say something back. You're going to argue back. You might not argue back. You might get scared. Whoever you are who you are. But the fact of the matter is you should not be pressed into a situation of arguing with somebody just trying to get a ride from A to B, or being on some of these public transportations as a disabled person and you got to fight for a seat. What? Like, that's crazy. If you already in a wheelchair, you're blind, you're using a walker or something like that, it should be first thought to the person that's sitting down. Let this person sit down because I'm strong enough, evidently, to sit down, or I wouldn't want to get knocked all around and not know which direction I'm in if I'm visually impaired or blind. And you see a person with a white cane walking with the blind cane. That's what a white cane is. The blind cane is a tall white cane, and if you're walking with this is showing people that you are visibly blind. But people see this stuff, and it's like that's a green light to go have fun. That's a green light to, all right, This is somebody that I can mess with, because you don't have enough heart to go out here and mess with somebody that got all their faculties, somebody that can see you for real. But you got enough heart to mess with somebody that is either in a wheelchair, walking with a disabled cane of some sort, or a walker. Cowards, cowards, all over the place. Y'all riding these transportations, and then the bus drivers, the so-called coaches of the vehicle, y'all don't say nothing. Y'all don't say nothing. Y'all don't ask for people to get up out of these seats, to clear a path for somebody that's disabled. You will actually drive past, and I've actually stood with people in wheelchairs before I lost my eyesight, standing on the bus stop. You will ride past somebody in a wheelchair just so that you won't have to pull that lift down and help them get on there and do your job. This is sickening. But this is something that's going on a continuous basis with people with disabilities. But this is not something that's, on the forefront. This is not something that these companies are making sure that, all right, when I hire these people, we're going to make sure that we hiring people that understand you're dealing with people with disabilities. So they have to be treated accordingly. Now, if a person can't see, of course, you want to give them a little direction on where they're going. If a person can't stand and they're in a wheelchair, you want to get up out of your chair and go lift the seat up so that this person can get locked in and not be tumbling all over the place on the buses or on the disability vehicles. These things should be first nature to y'all. But at the end of the day, y'all treat this stuff like it don't mean nothing. You'll ride past a person that's in a wheelchair in the rain. I was with my man when this happened a couple times. And then me now as a blind person, I can't even get a seat if I go to try to get on the bus. I got to argue and fight with people that can visibly see that I'm getting on this bus with this cane. And this is what you got to deal with coming from out them penitentiary walls into the streets. You think the penitentiary bad. The penitentiary, at least them in there, they actually treat you like they care about what's going on with you because you're in close vicinities with each other. Now, I'm not saying that this is the best place in the world, but I actually caught more love from dudes in the penitentiary than I did from being out here in the streets. I actually had brothers that would walk and surround me just to make sure that I got where I was going to safe. But yet and still, you got people out here on these streets that will watch you with a disability and will do their very best to make your life that much harder. To make your life that much harder. You can't even call to get a daggone ride without arguing with the agent because of whatever they got going on in their life. You just trying to set your ride up. You talking the way that you normally talk. Hello, how are you? And you got to go with somebody that straight up got to add, hold on, wait a minute. That ain't your job. Your job is to be polite. Why do y'all have customer care if when you go to call a customer care, y'all ain't talking to the agents that y'all got dealing with the customers? It don't make sense. Y'all need to get on y'all jobs out here. It's people out here that got a lot more stuff going on in their minds, in their hearts, and in their family life than to have to deal with the people that are supposed to make things easier for you to be able to get transported from one place to the next, to make life harder for you. For you to be getting into arguments with somebody that you don't even know. I need to grow up out there for real. I need to grow up for real. And realize that people got a lot of stuff going on in their life. And this stuff is real out here. This stuff is real. I lost my eyesight of no fault of my own. I don't really want people to be helping me like that. It's not fun to be walking around with no cane and asking somebody to read for me. Can you help me to get down here? Can you sign this stuff? It's not fun doing none of that stuff. But you got a bunch of people out here that's making it harder. And you already going through what you're going through. Get this sickness out of our communities, y'all. We need to get back to the point where we actually being there for the people that's in our communities. We might not know everybody, but come on now, if you see an old lady walking up the block and she got a bunch of groceries and stuff, go help her. You see somebody in a wheelchair that need to get help cross the street, go over there and push them across the street. Ask them, hey, would you like a little help getting across the street? Somebody that's blind trying to cross the street, they may not want you to directly, help them off the muscle, but at least show that you there. Show that you have some sort of humanity in your heart so that this disconnect can break up. Because it's a disconnect between people with disabilities and people without disabilities. For whatever reason, people without disabilities, in my opinion now, a lot of people, I'm not going to say all, I'm going to say a lot, get great joy out of doing things to try to torture and make life harder for somebody with a disability. Now, I don't know if this is something that's subconsciously done or you just overtly doing this. But then you'll have people that will jump out of their vehicles, cross a busy street just to help you cross the street. So it's a 50-50 thing. Well, I'm not even going to say 50-50. I'm going to say it's a 70-30 thing because I've found more people to be more disrespectful and more rude and make things harder than I have that want to be there to help. That want to be there to say, all right, I see this blind person. Let me help them across the street. I see this blind person trying to find something in the store. Let me ask them if they may need some help. Instead of just standing there, walking past them, acting like you don't see them. And then I'm the type of person, I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to say, hey, I need some help over here. And then I've been in stores where you just sat there and watched me doing that. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Where's the humanity in this world? But yet and still you want people to say, all right, respect is a two-way street. How is respect a two-way street when there's only one way? And that's the way of the bully. Because most of the time, these people out here that's being bullied, they just submit to it. They keep on accepting it. So the bully keep on winning. The bully keep on doing what he doing. No, this has to be a respect thing from both angles. Respect the fact that people do have things going on in their life that's way bigger than what you may think. It could be life-threatening to them. Some of these people could be out here thinking real damaging thoughts to their life. And you ain't doing nothing but pushing the button a little bit more. Have some humanity in your heart. Grow some love for the next person. Grow some love in your community. And what I mean by grow it, go out there and get involved. I can't see what's going on out there, but I'm doing the best that I can to try to inform and let people know that it's people out here like myself that don't want to be just sheltered in. We want to be a part of the communities, and we want to be able to feel free to walk up and down the street and not be in possible harm's way just from dealing with the regular general public that think everything is a game. This could be your parents. This could be your brother, your sister that just want to be able to go to the store and can't get into the store safely without bumping into people, arguing with people, may have to get into a fight with somebody over just walking into a store. I've literally had to get into fights just trying to get a seat on the bus. Remember what I tell y'all about them 5 P's? Properly plan for your life. There's no way that you can properly plan for being disabled. There's no way you can properly plan for being handicapped. But proper planning prevents poor performance. Once you do go through these things, there are schools out here that will help you and will, help you to get that confidence back if you really want it. If you're a disabled person, it's up to you to really go for it and really want that yourself, though. You can't let these people out here stop you from wanting to come outside, wanting to be involved in life, wanting to, share the sunshine. Don't sit in the rain all your life. Don't sit in the dark all your life. Get up outside of them houses, open the door up, smell the roses. Trust me, I'm going out. I'm going for mine. I'm not going to let nothing stop me. I work out all the time. I got a plan for this. I got a plan for this, and I'm not getting ready to let nothing stop me. I'm going to keep on getting better and better because I went from a place of a very, very messed up mindset, which was suicidal, to life has been breathed back inside of me. And I want y'all to understand that if you got a disability, life is deeply embedded inside of you. You got something strong inside of you that help you to get through what you going through, to maybe show somebody else that they stronger than what they think they are, and they can get something better out of their life too. Come on now, y'all. Show that strength. Be there for your peoples. Don't let nothing stop or deter you from being the person that you really feel like you can be. The philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Become master of you. Don't let nothing hold you back. Stay strong, stay positive, and don't never forget it's big love coming from the wolf. And we in the